development of a game, I can't tell other people what to do, but I would stay a mile away from this. Please boycott it. I'm doing the same thing. And it's absolutely disgusting to see an established voice actress in a huge series be treated like this. And they're simply doing it because they can.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back into my video. So, yep, a bunch of videos on Twitter and on YouTube, like the Review Tech USA, just made themselves look like idiots because there's been a situation that's been developing over the past couple of days where I'm kind of glad I sat on it and did not make a video beforehand, because more information came out that made the original source of this whole YouTube drama with Bayonetta 3 look like a freaking liar, because she lied to everybody's faces, and most people fell for it. I immediately even did initially, but I made a video. I waited to make a video on purpose because you know the old saying, there's always two sides to a story. And well, I was exactly fucking right. Now, let's actually watch Helena Taylor's first video. We're just gonna watch that one, because that's what started the whole drama. So I can kind of give you context into what is exactly has been happening. So without further ado, let's check out the video.
Hello, my name's Helena Taylor, and I am the voice of Bayonetta. And I would like to explain to you why I didn't voice Bayonetta 3. Bayonetta franchise made an approximated $450 million. That's not including merchandise. As an actor, I trained for a total of 7.5 years. 3 years at the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Art, LAMDA, with voice coach Barbara Barkery, and 4.5 years with the legendary Larry Moss in Los Angeles. And what did they think this was worth? What did they offer to pay me? The final offer to do the whole game as a buyout, a flat rate, was $4,000 US. This is an insult to me, the amount of time that I took to work on my talent and everything that I have given to this game and to the fans. I am asking the fans to boycott this game and instead spend the money that you would have spent on this game donating it to charity. I didn't want the world. I didn't ask for too much. I was just asking for a decent, dignified living wage. What they did was legal, but it was immoral.
Okay, yeah, now you kind of know how this whole shit show started and why everyone essentially got on their pitchforks and essentially, kind of was defending her, calling out Platinum Games and Nintendo and everything else. That's kind of what started the whole thing, and the videos went viral at one point. Well, reputable, journalist Jason Schreier from Bloomberg, he actually got in contact with a couple of Platinum Games developers, and they've actually reached out to him and kind of gave indication where it really, it looks really bad for Helena Taylor because they essentially exposed her as being a fraud and a liar, and essentially I personally think it's going to ruin her career as a voice actress when it comes to voicing characters in video games. If this doesn't, I will be surprised, to be honest with you, if she gets a major role after this, to be honest, because she outright told people to boycott the game and essentially, kind of make Platinum Games Nintendo look out to be terrible and knowing Jason Schreier how well known he is in the industry, I would say he's probably right, and his actually information that he's gotten has been backed up by a document that him and Bloomberg have seen, but also other journalists within the industry are backing him up, as their own sources have backed up Jason Schreier's. So without further ado, let's get into the article. A pay dispute between the creator of a critically acclaimed video game series and the star and voice actor reignited a long-standing debate over wages in the industry. As is often the case in these sorts of disagreements, the details surrounding negotiations and casting for the upcoming game, Bayonetta 3, are more complicated than what's been portrayed publicly. The feud spilled out into the open over the weekend when Helena Taylor, the star of the first two games, says she would not appear in the next iteration set to be released next week on October 28th. She posted a series of videos Saturday on Twitter accusing Nintendo and Platinum Games of offering her for a total of $4,000 to reprise her role. She says she rejected the lowball offer and asked fans to refrain from buying the game, and again, asking fans to boycott the game. If you're someone who cares about people, who cares about the world around you, who cares about who gets hurt with these decisions, I urge you to boycott this game, Taylor said in one of the videos. So, let me get this straight. So you really want fans to not support a game that has a history of not selling well, despite being a cult fan favorite in the action, in that type of genre? Like, that are critically acclaimed, mind you, like Jason just said. So you really think that's a good idea to tell fans to boycott a game? And has boycotts ever worked? I mean, ask the Pokemon fans about that. They'll tell you that it doesn't work. So just saying. Anyway, continuing. The videos went viral, racking up more than 9.5 million views on Twitter. Taylor's story touched a nerve among gamers. Voice actors are beloved by fans, but failed to come at anywhere close to what a Hollywood actor makes. Game actors have long complained of being underpaid and underappreciated. Some said they received little info about their roles until they show up in the recording booth. The industry operates such clandestine ways that actors sometimes won't even know what game they're recording lines for until it's released, because of how secretive the industry is. That's what Jason's essentially saying. Anyway, the tensions last crested during contract negotiation 2016, when the unit representing many voice actors, the Screen Actors Guild, American Federation of TV and Radio Artists, orchestrated a strike that lasted nearly a year. One of the sticky points was residuals, meaning compensation for actors when sales of a game outperform expectations. Voice actors gave up that fight in exchange for receiving bonuses based on the number of sessions they work. And apparently, according to like a graph that I seen from a YouTube video covering this whole situation, apparently the offers that Platinum Games was seemingly giving her, as we'll get to in a minute, are way higher than what is usual. So it sounds like she's being so entitled, as you'll see the ridiculous number of money she was asking for, which it's insane. But again, we'll get into that. Anyway, continuing. In the case of Bayonetta 3, the developer appeared to be determined to rehire her, according to people familiar with the negotiations, as was documentation revealed by Bloomberg. Here's where the accounts differ. Platinum Games sought to hire her for at least 5 sessions, each paying $3,000 to $4,000 for 4 hours, said the people who asked not to be identified because they aren't authorized to discuss private contract negotiations. That would make the total for the game at least $15,000. Shit, I'd take that. Shit. In response, they said Taylor asked for a 6-figure sum as well as residuals sold in the game. Platinum declined, and following lengthy negotiations, took auditions for a new actor, which we know who is voicing Bayonetta in this game. Jennifer Hale, anyone heard of her? I mean, she's so talented. No. So Platinum obviously made a good choice by going with her for the new actors. Anyway, Platinum later offered Taylor a cameo in the game for the fee of 1 session, which she turned down, the people said. So let me get this straight. So if I'm reading that correctly, was she misleading people, saying that it was for the whole game and was she talking about the cameo role? Because if it was like the cameo role is $4,000 for 1 session, shoot, anybody would be not dumb, would be not stupid enough to take that. Like, for just a cameo role, I mean for a video game role, because it seems that's actually much better than what others have done. But I mean, again, that's just me speculating on that part. Anyway, continuing. In an email, Taylor described this account as an absolute lie, and the plan was trying to save their ass and the game. She stood by everything she said in the video. I would like to put this bloody franchise behind me for quite frankly go on with my life in the theater. Representatives for Platinum and Nintendo did not respond to requests for comment. Hideki Kayama, I apologize if that is wrong, his name wrong, the executive director of Bayonetta 3, called Taylor's allegation sad and deplorable in a Twitter post. Yeah, like the whole story going around about him was like when all that was going down, he actually was kind of on a rampant blockage spree. It got so bad to the point where his account essentially got locked by Twitter, actually, at one point. He even blocked me because I guess he has a rule about how he'll block you if you speak to him in English or any other language that's not Japanese. Apparently that's one of his quote-unquote rules, and I guess I violated that, and that got me blocked. I mean, I never really interacted with him on Twitter, so I kind of didn't care. But, hey, that's just me, though, so, you know. Hey, that's it. It's his account. He can do whatever the fuck he wants with it. Anyway, to sum it up, Jason Schreier's Taylor's videos received more than 9.5 million views on Twitter and led to a deluge of calls from fans and pundits to boycott Bayonetta 3, but those accounts and evidence reviewed by Bloomberg make it clear those videos were not the whole story. Taylor's videos also led to a barrage of Twitter vitriol and harassment toward Platinum devs and new Bayonetta actor Jennifer Hale, who put out a statement saying she could not comment and subsequently retweeted a telling thread. As you can see there, I feel like critical thinking is a skill that needs to be taught as its own subject in school. If you only hear one side or one part, you haven't heard the whole story. Spreading an opinion based on partial info can spread misinformation. And that is 100% right. Now, I guess, and of course, let's have some fun with this, because we're not done here, folks, because you remember Dreamcast guy? You remember him? That I kind of roasted him, not roasted, but, kind of responded to him over the whole Call of Duty situation, like, many months ago. Well, he's back at it again, and he made another video, essentially he made an original video saying, kind of, talking about the whole situation before this Bloomberg article came out today. So, I kind of want to show, and basically he may have put out another video saying that, let's talk about I was wrong. Let's talk about the lies. So, and basically in this first clip I'm going to show you, where he kind of reveals that he's crying about it because people were sending him death threats. I'll get to what I have to say about that in a minute, but first let's watch the clip.
I still want to make it clear, I'm definitely not going to review this game. I'm probably not going to buy it. Ever since I put up my video saying I was going to boycott the game, I have been flooded with hate, threats, people literally telling me they had wished I had died when I was homeless on the streets. So I'm probably never going to talk about Bayonetta 3 ever again.
Okay, dude. Okay. I want to make this, before I kind of say what to say to Dreamcast guy, I want to say one thing. I do not condone harassment at all and death threats. That shit should not be tolerated. Period. End discussion. But that's a sad reality of the internet, with how people can be so anonymous. So I kind of get why he's pissed, but at the same time, he kind of should have expected when you put out a video that only told one side of the story, you're gonna get backlash for it. I'm just saying, now is that right? Now is it wrong that he's getting threats and all that crap? Absolutely. I condemn that. 100%, period. But at the same time, he should have waited, like I did, and some others, for waiting to see, if any information came out about the whole situation, in which it did. So, and now he's saying he's not going to talk about Bayonetta 3 anymore, but then he continues to talk about it in this video, so. Anyway, let's check out this final clip then, shall we?
I want to make it incredibly clear here. I am retracting my original boycott. I'm still not buying the game simply because the Bayonetta community has been so toxic and so crappy to me, and I am a human. I think you guys just see me as a person on a screen, a guy wearing a stupid PlayStation hoodie. Just keep in mind, I'm an actual person. I make mistakes. I talk about the gaming news. I make like 6 videos a week. 1 in every 80 is gonna have a freaking error in it. I just want you to know, when I make mistakes, correct me. I want to learn. I want to figure things out. I want to be a better YouTuber. Spamming me with threats, saying the most horrible vitriolic things you can to me hundreds of times over does not teach me a lesson. I didn't learn my lesson because of the threats. I learned my lesson because honestly, I was wrong. Being corrected and updating stuff is what I want to do. I'm a YouTuber, but I'm also a human named Max Shockley. Please treat me like a human. Stop the stupid corporate defensive crap. Excuse my anger, but honestly, I got extremely mad this weekend when people started literally begging for my death. Oh my God. Screw Bayonetta. I'm never playing these games ever again. You guys enjoy it. I have no qualms. Buy it. You're probably going to spam me with 80 copies you all bought because you're great gamer dudes. I'm done.
So what? So what, Dreamcast guy? I put out multiple videos a week. Am I sitting here if people give me shit for putting out a bad take? No. I learn from it and I move on. And if you really had a problem with it, why didn't you report the accounts that were sending you threats and all that, dude? Unless you did, and I just don't know about it. Then again, I don't, pay attention to whatever you say on Twitter or whatever. So, but here's the thing, though. Now, again, like I said, is it sad that people are acting like that towards you? Yes. But again, like I said before, it's the internet. You're gonna get shit, and your YouTube comments. I'm like, really. I don't think you would be like, if there's any YouTuber that has like, that doesn't get shit for us them having like takes or whatever, something they've done dumb, then I really doubt that you're finding any success on YouTube, on the internet, because here's the thing, because how anonymous the internet is, it's gonna happen, right? Like, no matter what. Shit. I've gotten shit before, like where I've gotten threats and all that. I just reported it and moved on. Like, I'll put out a post on Twitter or whatever, but I report it and I move on from it. That's it. And am I sitting here keep harping about it in the same goddamn video? No. But again, because like I don't take it that seriously because it's the internet. Like, these people who do this shit, they're not gonna act on it. They're too much of a coward, because so they just hide behind the keyboard. It's wrong. Don't get me wrong. That people do that, but still though, and saying that you're done talking about, good, because I don't want to hear your stupid opinion on Bayonetta 3 ever again. Good. So that brings a smile on my face and whatnot. But yeah, oh boy. I mean, at the end of the day, one, always wait to see more information, because there's two sides to a story. There always is when it comes to a situation like this, and like I said before, Helena Taylor, like, I think she's pretty much done after this, because what video game company is gonna hire her if she's gonna, do this kind of drama? And this really paints the picture that she's really fucking entitled. Like, really entitled. Again, like the 15,000, from what it sounds like, that's really generous. And that was in the 4,000. That was even after she turned down the initial role for the whole game. Like, you realize how much money that would get, like, an hour? That's like 1,000 an hour. Across, like, 3 or 4 different sessions, in which each were, like, 3 to 5,000 each. Like, again, that's at least 15 grand for the whole game. That's a lot of money. So, if I could act, I would have taken that, like, shit. For any video game role, to be honest with you, for voice acting. I'd give it a shot. Hey, it's better than nothing. Like, but when you're sitting here and acting this entitled, like, wow, it really paints you as, a spoiled brat, to be honest with you. But at the end of the day, before you kind of like jump on the gun, I would suggest, like, just think about it, like, before you kind of post something like this, and like kind of think about it for a minute. And again, I'm really glad I waited before making a video on this, because again, we only had her story for like the weekend until today when Jason posted that report, and again, it's been backed by other journalists as well. So it sounds like this report. And as for Helena Taylor, like, this makes you look really bad, and this could ruin your whole career. So, unless you have receipts, I would just, like, lie low and kind of move on from this. So, it sounds like this you kind of wants to, but you kind of put this on yourself, but when you broke NDA, and caused harassment to be sent to Jennifer Hale and Platinum Games and Nintendo by doing what you did. So, like I said before, I wouldn't be surprised if no game developer ever trusts you again, because Because if something doesn't go your way, you'll just do it again. So, and you're acting like a spoiled entitled bitch over it. Just saying, but anyway, that's all I kind of really have to say at this point, because at the end of the day, there's always two sides to a story, so make an objective opinion. So, and again, before you kind of jump on the gun on something, you never know. There's always two sides to a story, like I just said. But anyway, that's all I gotta say on this. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comment section below. And if you like this video, hit that like button and consider hitting that sub button so you do not miss any more videos. And I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one.